Brought to you by Penguin.
The Scarlet Papers by Matthew Richardson. Read by Leighton, Pugh and Lucy Scott. Part 1. Chapter 1. It all started with the card. Max looked at it again as the taxi neared Holland Park. It had been waiting in his office, sent through the internal university postal system, and deposited among the usual confetti of flyers and coursework. It was one of those old-fashioned calling cards, like a prop from a period drama. The instructions were handwritten in light blue ink, and were stylishly formed, but brutally clear. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Take a cab and pay in cash. Tell no one. Dry clean thoroughly. Scarlet King. P.S. Atlas. If it had been any other card, on any other day, he would have binned it. But the name had stopped him. He looked at it now and almost mouthed the 3 syllables. Scarlet King. Yes, that wasn't a name dismissed lightly. The taxi stopped abruptly, dodging a passing cyclist. The cabby cursed, stabbing the radio off and leaning back. "All right here, mate." "Thanks," said Max. He took a crumpled £20 note from his pocket and handed it over. "Keep the change." "Ta." The cab pulled out and was soon snarled by late morning traffic. Max walked on and tried to focus, his head still elsewhere. Scarlet King was a legendary, almost mythical name in the intelligence community. Once upon a time she'd been the top Russian expert at MI6, and even lined up to be the first female chief. There was no public photograph available of her, which hadn't stopped numerous tabloids and broadsheets trying, and her name never appeared in government records. She was that tantalizing thing for all intelligence historians, a real-life ghost. Why, of all people, would Scarlet King want to see him? Why today? There was no mistake about the envelope either. Dr. Max Archer, Associate Professor of Intelligence History, London School of Economics. The address was written in a different hand from the card, black rather than blue. The card had arrived yesterday, hence the fruitless last 24 hours trying to make sense of it all. Max had consulted library books and reference tomes and old papers to try and catch a glimpse of Scarlet's name. The post-war years, the mole hunts of the 60s and 70s, Gorbachev and Thatcher, the fall of the Berlin Wall. But there was nothing. Max picked up his pace, debating again whether this was some kind of trap. He'd heard all the scare stories. Who hadn't? The Russians and the Chinese were known to target academic conferences. The ritual was always the same: the complimentary wine, the fuzzy head, the blackmail footage and the threats to post it on YouTube, all horribly compromising and career-ending. But that was for physicists, geneticists and other high-value academics on the wish list of Beijing and Moscow. What could the MSS or the SVR want with a 42-year-old intelligence historian? No, he was almost sure this wasn't a trap. He pushed his nerves away, tried to focus. Max took out the card again and paused over that penultimate line. Dry clean thoroughly. It was spy-speak for counter-surveillance, shrugging off a watcher. He'd spent a further hour in his office yesterday with a hard-copy map of West London, trying to plot the route and feeling mildly ridiculous, a mid-career academic pretending to be a spook. Now there was nothing for it. He decided to try the simplest method first. He bent down and pretended to tie his shoelace, allowing him vital seconds to map out who was around him. One elderly woman with a small dog. 2 young men jogging with earbuds in. There was a traffic warden and, to complete the set, a young woman pushing a pram. Could one of them be a tail? The idea was ridiculous and yet somehow eerily plausible, especially when Scarlet King was involved. Spies didn't advertise themselves. All of them could be threats.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?